Hello everybody, my legion on YouTube. Yeah, I want to talk about something that happened over the weekend. You can hear the fire alarm going off. Something's going on. Apparently what happened was, ever since my my dad's accident and stuff like that, where he pretty much totaled the car, I mean, we haven't had a vehicle and stuff like that, and with the hospital, with him finally getting out of the home and stuff, and him having eye surgery, and he's scheduled for another eye surgery in June. The bills have been going up and up, so we don't have a vehicle, and some real nice people have been helping me out, Well, anyways, yesterday, like you remember, if you ever saw my Support Your Fire Department PSA, they have chicken wing night. And what happened was, they have a thing where you can get any flavor wings you want, and two and an order of fries. I get one for myself, and one for my dad. I think it was like 18 bucks, $9 a piece, which isn't bad, compared to some of the other prices and stuff like that. Well, anyways, I walked down there. It ain't that far. I'm hardcore, and I walked back, and then I checked. They got the French fries right, and then they didn't get the goddamn wings right. They got instead of buffalo sauce, they put barbecue sauce, and it didn't bother me at all. But my dad bitches about everything. My dad doesn't like barbecue sauce. He doesn't, And we called him up, and they said, well, if you could bring him back down, we'll switch for buffalo wing. My dad didn't want to do that. My dad said, well, I'll just eat them. I didn't no sense having you walk down there, but I could do it anyway. No big deal. Well, anyways, they had a car show there, and they were swamped. They were really busy this time. And I wish I would have my camera. They had some really awesome killer cars in it. You know what I mean? So they weren't able to. My dad asked if they would be able to bring up an order of those, and they said they wouldn't have been able to. So that was that. I mean, I didn't mind the buffalo wings and stuff like the barbecue wings. And my dad said they were okay, but he just doesn't like barbecue sauce. Well, anyways, about 10 minutes later, some lady that knew us came up with our order of buffalo wings. I was very, very happy. I didn't expect that either, because I knew how busy they were. And I was really happy. I was going to make a video, but I had so many other videos lined up and so much other stuff lined up. I was just so happy. I want to make a video just giving them a shout out and stuff like that. But I wasn't able to at the time, but I'm doing it now. So, like I said, when I said support your fire department, please support your fire department, I like to say, please really, 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 really support your fire department now, They deserve it. Check this other stuff out. Also, some other things happened. One guy I'm subscribed to, his name's Infidel Amsterdam. And he's like, I'm big into metal and stuff like that, but he's like, he has a lot of connections and stuff, and he did an interview with the band IMMOLATION. And, the one thing that shocks me is that these guys still have regular 9-to-5 jobs, aside from being in the band. And and their boss are real lenient, where they can let them leave for like a couple months at a time to go touring and stuff like that, which surprised the hell out of me. I could never do that with my job, believe me. It's just a shame that, you see these pop stars today that I don't really care, like Nicki Minaj and stuff like that. I don't like it all. And they pretty much making millions of dollars, and then a really talented, good band like IMMOLATION, still has to support themselves with regular jobs, because they said they can't make a living doing the music that they're doing right now, which shocks the hell out of me, And they used to be rigor mortis. And I remember listening to rigor mortis while I was in the army. Now, rigor mortis, before they changed IMMOLATION, was like basically an old school thrash band that did like lots of songs about horror movies and stuff like that. So that was very cool. Let me check some other stuff out. I'm going to go further down. Now, there's also thing that surprised me. Today is Armed Forces Day, where we say, we say thanks to all our brave men and women. I already did an Armed Forces Day video. Apparently on the CBS Evening News, they didn't even mention Armed Forces Day. That surprised the hell out of me. I'm really shocked about that. I mean, they could at least have mentioned it, just say it's Armed Forces Day or something like that. I know there's more important, sometimes there's more important news stories there, but I'm just shocked that they didn't mention it. You know? Also, they had something about the Sunset Drive-In, which is a local drive-in where we live at. Well, it's a little further off in Waterford. And almost all our drive-ins are pretty much gone now. And the weird thing about Sunset's been around for a long time. Back in the 70s and 80s, they were one of the ones that just showed porno movies. Now they're showing regular movies. And they had something on the news where they had to upgrade to a digital system. And they didn't know if they'd be able to do that or not. Oh, another car. And they didn't know if they'd be able to do that or not. And apparently they decided to go ahead and make the upgrades. The upgrade to a digital camera was over $100,000. And I can understand that, but the kicker was it's only going to be pretty much, it'll be obsolete in 5 years. That sucks. $100,000 for 5 years? Jesus Christ. You know, I don't know what they're going to do after that. See what else we got here. These are all like things I wanted to talk about. They had something interesting on ABC World News yesterday about this guy who put like all these sardines in the water. You know, I think he was off the coast of Africa, and he attracted all these sharks. And he went swimming with the sharks, and they said that some of the sharks were like 16 foot long great whites. And he said one was a real glutton, tried to eat the whole bucket of sardines. And the one thing he was talking about how he got out alive. He said that he said never touch their nose. That makes them mad. Well, that's real nice, because a lot of times you hear if you're confronted with a shark, they say punch him in the nose, he'll go away. Now you find out if you punch him in the nose, you're gonna piss him off. That's just like when I was in basic training, right? They were talking about grenades, and they said, you know, we dealt with the baseball-sized fragmentation grenades, and they had the basic thumb clip. You push that off, it almost releases the handle. You hold on the handle, then you take the pin out, and that activates the grenade. And what happened was, you hold on to the handle, let it go a little bit, and let it count off for a few seconds. Count like 1001, 1002, 1003. That's called cooking off the grenade. And that's how we were taught to do it in basic training. Then I found out on, here's a little bridge coming up. Pretty cool. Over the, now this is really peaceful, you know. I thought this footage is pretty cool, this, you know, forest footage. You know, I was watching something called, a little peaceful little trail right here. You can hear the, creek just a little bit. Well, anyways, they're talking on, about grenades. It's called cooking off. And they said if you just throw a grenade, the enemy's going to get it and throw it right back at you. Well, apparently, and that's a few years back, at the library, I rented a DVD called Mail Call with R. Lee Ermey. And that's a drill sergeant, became an actor on, you know, movies like Full Metal Jacket. I mean, he's the shit. And he was saying that what happens is that's a big misconception. You're not supposed to do that. Whenever you grab a grenade, you throw it. Because usually it's not a Swiss watch. It's not accurate enough. If you let it go and let it cook off, more than likely it's going to blow off in your hand. And he said, like, you're not John Wayne, and they're not going to, you know, this is the sands of Iwo Jima when you're not John Wayne. Well, thanks a lot. Hello everyone, I'm back. I got cut off. So, as usual. Yeah, I was talking about R. Lee Ermey and stuff like that. And the thing about throwing grenades. Hey, there's a kitty right up there. Don't run away, kitty. I'll hold you. Well, he was talking about throwing grenades and stuff like that, right? And the drill sergeants taught us what to do. This is from the neighbors, I guess. Putting together some stuff. What they said is what we should do is, in basic training, is let the grenade cook off and then throw it. You know, wait like 3 seconds, throw it. Oh, there's another kitty. Hi, kitties. Well, R. Lee Ermey said that's a bad idea. And he said traditionally that more than likely that grenade's going to blow off in your hands. So I just wanted to personally thank the drill sergeants in Fort Jackson, South Carolina, for giving everybody the wrong information. You know, a little bit of misinformation can be a bad thing, you know what I mean? Ooh, that's a good shot right here, the drop off right here. Oh man, it's cool. Let's get a closer view of it. Oh man, that's cool. Yeah. Also, you know, I was just shocked that, you know, after seeing that, you know, that they told us the wrong information. I mean, that's really someone could have gotten killed off that information, you know what I mean? They gave us the wrong information in basic training. Also, I want to talk to you about something that happened yesterday that could be considered like a happy accident, because I was mowing the lawn. A neighbor came up, and everybody remembers I did a little video called My New Neighbors, and I just gave them the space. I didn't put them on camera or nothing like that. I just said it's important to respect everyone's space, you know what I mean? And I filmed a little bit of a storage container. And then one of my subscribers, Bunceps, was wanted to know if she could use some footage from that for an upcoming video. I said sure. And then I decided, it's right next door, so I decided to film another. Look at these trees, man, they're really tall. I decided to film another 4 minutes of it just for her, because it's right next door, you know, and she could probably use it. I'm just curious to see what she does in her next video, or an upcoming video. She said she'd use the footage, or some of it anyways. I'm just curious to see what she'll do with it, you know what I mean? But that was a real happy accident. Just, you know, that's the way sometimes life is, you know what I mean? And what the hell's that thing down there? Some red item down there. I don't know what that is. But I just wanted to thank all my subscribers, you know, because, you know, YouTube is a great escape for me, you know what I mean? Because sometimes things can be a little bit hectic and stuff like that. And it's always great to see how great you subscribers are. How great the Legion is going. Legion is stronger than ever. And it will always, and can only get stronger. The more subscribers we get, the more views we get, and the more stronger it gets. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, there's some item down there too. I don't know what the hell that is. So, it's probably about 8:15 on a Saturday night. It's really nice outside. You know, I film a little bit more stuff. I got some really good forest footage too, man. I don't know if you can hear the birds. They sound real nice. It's real peaceful back here. It's cool. Okay. That's pretty much about it. Like, the storage container's right up there. So it's kind of like my first job as some of a job like a second unit type director. But that's how James Cameron's got his start, because he was on the set of the movie Galaxy of Terror. And he was a second unit crew. He was just working with them. And there was a scene with a severed arm that had maggots on it. And the filmmaker, the director, couldn't make it look believable. So James Cameron decided to give it a little bit of electric shock to activate the maggots on there. And it made it believable. And then actually he got that job as second unit director. And then from there it went to Piranha 2. And then from Piranha 2 it went, believe it or not, to the Terminator. So he did alright for himself. Alright, until next time, take care, my Legion.